Look, it's like I was here the whole time.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Alyse.
I'm John.
And we're part of the Heart of Austin Homes team here in Austin, Texas. It was 83 degrees today.
It was like it went from, hey, my heater's broken to, does my AC work?
7 degrees last week. 83 degreis today.
It's not even 70 something. You could have made like the 10x joke, but
it's beyond 10x.
It's like the 11x joke. Which is
extra funny.
Spinal Tap. We're controlling the weather.
Okay.
Anyway,
we were going to let you know about what's happening with the Austin market, and this is going to be hugely different than every other Hot or Not we've ever done.
Well, they are hugely different.
They're hugely different. No, they're not. They're exactly the same. We say the market has gotten more crazy. That's what happens every time.
It's just like an intensity of crazy, right?
It's an intensity of crazy. We're gonna plow through this one because the pizza may get here at any moment.
Oh, that is going to be interesting. It's going to be like doorbell,
and then the dogs are
kids.
And then all the kids are going to come running down.
This could go poorly.
It could go really poorly.
Okay, we better get this done.
Oh my God, let's do it. Okay. All of Austin. Guess how many homes there are available active in all of Austin,
And now this
John?
is for January of 2021.
This is for as of the end of January 2021.
Right.
And I have to say,
is that number right? That number couldn't be right.
That was a week. It had to be a weekend number. So during the week, we're seeing like 250 single family homes available. But then all of the homes hit the market Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they're gone again by Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday, yeah. So I've got 443. I didn't know it was quite that low. I thought it was more like 1,000 or something like that.
No.
Was that last month?
No, we get down to 250 single family homes in Austin.
That is crazy.
It's stupid. In a market, by the way, that normally would sell 1,000 to 1,200 homes a month.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm estimating demand is somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 homes per month.
And it's just... Yeah, well, that explains the price hikes.
That explains the price hikes.
Right.
So just to give you an idea,
in a city
down
of 1 million people. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean the greater Austin Round Rock area is more than 1 million.
That doesn't include Cedar Park, Round Rock.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I mean this is technically,
Still.
Yeah, and they say the average person moves
tiny number
once every 7 years. So do the math of 1 million divided by 7, number of people who want to move, etc. That's not even counting all the people moving here for Apple and Tesla, Facebook, and
Okay. So it's small number.
We're over it, but we're not really over it.
Like last year, that number was like in the 2000s.
Yeah, it went down 63.3% since the previous January, since 2019, January 2019. It was at 1,206. By the way, 1,206 was low.
Was low, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was really low. And we're now at 443 on a good day.
Build some houses.
Build houses. Build any houses you can. Okay. And we are down 18.7% from December. Yeah, December to January, 18.7% down.
Still
for available homes. Again, we're still on available homes.
Well, we're doing this one kind of late, so the February numbers are going to be out soon.
I know, exactly. So next week we'll do February.
This
February,
week we're doing January. It'll be interesting to see how much that moves, because this is really the bottleneck, because this is the winter of the winter. So hopefully as spring comes on, we'll start to see some increase.
We just need people to sell their houses. Anybody who's thinking about moving to another state, for example, or another city even. Anyway, regardless. Number of sales. Okay, so number of things that actually have gone under contract, 630. Okay. 630 compared to 443 homes available.
Right.
Yeah.
So some are like going on the market, coming off the market, so they might not get captured in that number.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
In and out real fast.
Exactly.
But still,
everything is in and out real fast.
That's a tiny number.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Homes sold in all of Austin, itty bitty.
So just to let you know, that is actually up 2.44% from last year. Okay. So we have 63% less homes available, and our number of things that have sold has gone up 2.5%.
Tiny bit. So we had an inventory of 1,200. We were selling about the same. Now the inventory is 400, and we're still selling about the same.
We're selling more.
Yeah.
So, and just to let you know, from December to January, this is, I think, where the insanity ensues.
It does.
We went from 1,121 homes available to 630 homes available.
Literally cut in half in 1 month.
In 1 month.
Yeah.
From December to January of this year. Or, well, I mean, of last year, coming into this year.
But I guess the holidays got done and people were like, okay, let's go buy houses now.
Down 43.8. Well, we had several announcements of huge companies coming here. Not to mention Elon. Thanks, Elon.
And Joe Rogan. That guy.
Exactly. Whatever, guys.
It's so funny. That's like
you were cool until then.
It's like a 3-hour interview, and he says, "Oh, Austin's gonna be a boom town," in literally like 10 seconds, and then they just move on. Like it doesn't happen.
Because
that's the only thing that people
anybody
focus
who
on.
wasn't already investing, who could invest in Austin, suddenly decided with that clip to invest in Austin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elon's totally manipulating the market on Bitcoin, on his own stock.
Yeah, you're like, Elon, you have cool sides. Don't get me wrong, dude. Not cool.
Super scientist. I love your geek attitude, but he's totally manipulating the market.
Totally. Okay, median home price. So what's the median? It's like an average, but it's like if you lined up all the prices of what sold, it would be the one, from like smallest to biggest, it'd be the one in the middle. I know I explain that every single time, but it's amazing how many people get through 8th grade and
you
forget that.
might not have seen us yet. So
You're
going to get your lesson in median
first
versus average.
experience. And oh my God, we're talking even faster than usual.
Every time.
It's going to be fun.
Okay, so what's the median price?
The median price is now $510,000 for all of Austin, for anybody with an Austin address.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So I've got to talk on that for a little bit.
Do it.
So I have this theory, and I've been overusing the word thesis lately, but the median household income in Austin is about $74,000. That's the last time I looked up that stat. You can Google it. Maybe it's a little different. But at the time that I looked that up, the median home price in Austin was $474,000. So if you take that ratio, that's a little over 6. I think it's 6.3. And so my theory is that in Austin, if you took your entire income and you applied it toward housing, it would take 6.3 years to buy your median house. Now that number in Seattle, I want to say is like 8.9.
Wow,
the number,
8 years worth of, almost 9 years worth of income.
Right, but the income
house.
there is higher, but the prices are higher. That number in San Francisco is 11.
Wow.
That number in New York was like 10.3.
Wow.
Right, so there are other metros out there, and so if everything is, the playing field is even, because now I can work from anywhere.
From anywhere.
And so people
a lot of jobs. Some jobs
people in those cities are moving to other, hip metros. Like that ratio determines like where Austin stops being a good deal.
Yeah.
And so once the median home price,
still relative to those cities,
it's still cheaper.
Still cheaper.
So once the median home price in Austin reaches $600,000, then its ratio would be the same as Seattle. So it would be 8.3.
I really do think we do need to see a an income adjustment in Austin for cost of living.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to.
Yes, you're going to have to. Right. I'm really hoping we're seeing that. So just to let you know, that means we are up 25.3% since last year in median home price of sold.
It's like 2% a month. Right?
Yeah. And that's,
it's not Bitcoin, but still. Something.
It's something.
Yeah.
And it actually has a real asset behind it versus Bitcoin.
You can't live in your Bitcoin.
You can't live in your Bitcoin.
No, you can't.
Lesson from this video. Mm-hmm. You can't live in your Bitcoin.
No, Bitcoin does not have plumbing that freezes either.
It does. And I bet you Bitcoin's HVAC works.
That's true. Well, you don't need to cool Bitcoin.
Or heat it up. It's heating up by itself.
That's right. Okay. I'm going to stop with the Bitcoin jokes and references.
So from December to January, there was pretty much no change in median home price.
Yep.
So it was pretty flat. So $510,000.
That's the new normal.
For a median home.
Okay, so you want to compare it to South Austin?
South Austin, we tend to compare everything to South Austin. We live in South Austin. Yes, we do a ton of work all over Austin, Round Rock, Cedar Park, all the things.
But we got to compare it to something.
But we live in South Austin.
So we're going to do South.
We happen to look at, so number of active homes available.
Okay,
so 78749, 78745, 78748, and 78739. That's what we're considering South Austin. Yes, I know 78744 and 78747. You count. You're just not in these stats. Okay. How many homes are there available, John?
55.
55 in 4 zip codes.
Right. Now, last time it was like 100, and I was like, hey, that's 25 per zip code. Now it's half of that. Right?
Yes. That's obscene. And just to give you an idea, that's down 58.1% from last year and down almost 2% from December to January. Versus, get this, number of homes sold in those same 4 zip codes?
108. So
108.
Double, right?
Yeah.
Which means you've got an even higher velocity because you compare it to the city of Austin. That was like 630 versus 440.
Yeah.
So
50% more. This is literally
higher,
double.
Right?
Yeah.
So like stuff's turning really quick.
So fast. So fast. So it's really just all about how crazy the multiples will get. Yep. And so that went down 21.7%. So you have 60% less homes to choose from.
Yep.
But the number of actual sales only went down a little over 20% between last year and this year.
You would think that at some point there wouldn't be any inventory left to consume. Like
no,
there would be no meat on the bone.
I truly believe that if you look at
down
Austin,
to the bone.
On a Tuesday or Wednesday, that's like between your weekend rush for a particular house that drops on usually a Thursday, right? If you look at on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, like there's literally mostly just the houses that, they're insanely overpriced or people just don't want them for one reason or another. They need like a full rehab or something like that. And even those are probably overpriced for what they are. Like basically if you are a decent deal whatsoever,
you're livable.
If someone can live in you without getting a disease, you're really, really likely to sell in your first weekend. And so, yeah, it's a thing, guys. It's a thing.
Well, I mean, so far our experience has been that most offers are coming in like 20, 25% over is kind of par.
Yeah.
Right? So like the whole market is just jumping.
Yeah.
Like 20% in the span of a couple
months. I mean, basically people looking for a deal right now is somebody who's only going to pay maybe 10% over asking. And that's because, I don't know, for some fluke, other people didn't get in to see the house or whatever. For some reason, it didn't get crazy multiple offers. So just to give you an idea, number of sales are down 47% between December and January. I truly believe that is tied to the fact that there's just so few houses to buy.
Nothing left to buy.
Nothing left to buy. And then the median home price. This isn't actually an interesting bit.
This is weird.
Yeah.
So it actually dropped.
Yeah.
So it's now
year over year, it's still at 22%.
Yes. But month over month, it dropped like
5.56%.
A little bit. So it's now down to 432,715.
Yep.
So I mean, I haven't looked this up yet, so I need to verify it. But if I were to guess, that's because maybe they're just smaller homes.
Well, and you had 204 homes that sold in what's what I'm looking for, December 2020, and only 108 that sold in January of this year.
Yep.
And so there were just the sample size was much, much, much smaller. And so it would be really interesting to see what the median size was in all of that.
I would guess that it's smaller, but I'd have to look it up to check. I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie that it going down, you know what? If it is closing in January, that means it went under contract in December, right? So really, we're talking about things that went under contract largely when we talk about what closed in January, that went under contract in December.
Yeah.
What's really going to be fascinating is next week when we give you February's numbers, and it's not going to be next week, but in a week or two when we give you February's numbers, because January, I think you would agree, something changed in the first week or two of January, and this went from a stupid market to, I don't even know what to call it. Like bizarre, berserk, over the top, where it's just,
people are just trying to get a toehold, right?
People just need to get into something.
And they're paying a premium for it.
There's a joke. So we have a thing in our internal networks where we'll send around buyer need and then what they're looking for, like, Zilker Park under 800,000, something, whatever. Right now, there's a joke running around that says buyer need a house.
Yeah.
Because it's there. But here's the thing. Everybody's like, bubble. And I'm like, no, Apple has just barely started hiring. Facebook is still hiring. Amazon has 2 new distribution centers. Tesla has started hiring. Like the hiring has just begun. I do not see a bubble.
Well, in order for there to be a bubble, you'd have to have lots of supply and you'd have to have all that supply kick up and then it come flushing out, right?
Yep.
You have to have liquidity for bubbles to pop.
Yeah.
And so far that housing liquidity isn't here yet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if suddenly everybody decides to move to, the outskirts or another city.
If people started leaving Austin, that would create extra supply.
Yeah.
And then, everyone always talks about the forbearance and the foreclosures and that sort of thing when that kicks in, but that's all been extended for a year. Yeah. So if it shows up, it won't be till next year at the earliest.
And most of those people are seeing it coming and they're either selling or refining out some cash to hold them over.
Yeah. And buyers now, they're strong, right? We're not seeing ninja buyers are coming in with zero down.
Yeah.
Like people are coming in with a lot of money down.
Yeah, because you have to be able to make up for any appraisal shortfalls. And such. And
equity is really high. So
sellers are in a good position to require a higher down payment. You can still get into homes with lower down payment, but it's tooth and nail. Like you need not to toot our own horn, but you need like a skilled agent and who has a lot of connections and who's willing to fight for you. It's a bit of a Duke's out sort of thing out there right now. And then when it comes to selling, it's a matter of knowing how to orchestrate the bidding war to get you to max dollars, which is so sad when I think about my buyers. But on the other hand, when I'm representing a seller, that is what I'm thinking about is how to get that to go to max dollar for you. So, it's a rough world out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a more sane environment. That would be nice.
I'm really looking forward to a more balanced market. Everybody says, this is so good for you. And it's like, no, No. It's super painful to break your buyer's heart. So yeah. Anyway, we love you guys.
That was the update for January.
For listening.
We're going to do a February one really soon here. Sorry, this one came a little bit late this month, but you know.
We were freezing frigid with that electricity,
there was like a snowstorm and stuff, and like the phones and the camera stopped working.
We joked about like sitting there shivering in our like 39-degree house in our jackets trying to do a video for you. It would have been really funny.
But yeah, it's warm now
more fun
because
for us.
Austin.
Anyway, you guys are awesome. I'll see you soon.
Bye guys. Let's go push the button.
Push the button.